Hello, friends. This is Paul D. Michaels with Get Fit Made Easy, and welcome to our game show. It's Your Call with Coach Paul. We have been doing this for 5 days. We have 2 more days to go, and I just wanted to quickly review for you the ideas that we're sharing some concepts and some facts with you that hopefully allow you to see how you can be active while you work. And then in the final session, which will be day 7, we are going to take a look at all of these concepts and kind of put them together so that you can find a way for your lifestyle so that you can get fit and boost your health and your productivity. So without further ado, let's get into a quick review of the slides. The first question in the game show was if a horse and a human ran a long distance race, who would win? The horse, the human, or it would be a tie? Well, we found out that as of 2004, it's the human. And the reason the human won in a long distance race against a horse is we are endowed with some genetics, some evolutionary properties that allow us to be unique among the mammals. Most mammals can run for a short period of time, and once they start to overheat, they have to stop and pant to cool down. We can sweat, and that allows us to keep going and cool down through sweating. So that gives us that ability. We also, our muscles and our tendons and everything is been evolved over time so that we can go the distance. For example, African hunting dogs can only travel about 10 kilometers a day. Horses can only travel about 20 kilometers a day. And humans on a regular basis, and I'm sure some of you have done this, and I did this once, ran a marathon, which is 42.2 kilometers. And then we have people who are extreme runners who do 100 kilometers plus. So we're really built to move and to have this ability of endurance. All right. So once we have that talent, we have that special ability that has made us the apex predator on the planet. What do we do with it? Well, let's find out. Over 35% of Americans sit how much a day? More than 8 hours a day, less than 2 hours a day, or more than 10 hours a day? Well, with that wonderful superpower, what do we do? Well, it seems that 35% of us sit over 8 hours a day and basically admit to not getting any exercise or activity with beyond sitting. So it's pretty dire, and obviously, if we are built to be moving and we have endurance to do that, and all we do is sit, something's got to give. And question 3 was, what are the possible health risks of sitting too much? Nothing. It increases your risk of dying early in 14 ways. Whatever they are, you can start reversing them right now. And there are 2 winners in this, number 2 and number 3. It does increase your risk of dying early from 14 different diseases. A lot of them are grouped under sitting diseases. And they're pretty typical ones, but by sitting and not getting any kind of exercise, being sedentary, it really is not very beneficial for you, for your body, and for your longevity. But the good news is you can start right now. You can start reversing all of that. And that's why I'm here, because I'm going to help you do that. And then we discussed this question of how long can an adult. Now we're coming to the question of how long can an adult have focused attention for? This is sort of an interesting question because a lot of our bosses seem to believe that an 8-hour day, we can concentrate and be 100% productive the whole time, right? Well, that isn't the case. I can tell you that. But let's look at the questions. So number 1 is unlimited time. Question number 2 is 20 minutes. And question number 3 is 2 hours. So think about it for a second, maybe put it in the comments what you think the answer is, and we will go look at what it actually is. So, focused attention, which is a level of attention that produces consistent results on a task over time. The estimate is that human adults 18 and above have a range of about 10 to 20 minutes. That's crazy when you think about it, but it's true. And a lot of us waste a lot of time trying to be productive, not understanding that we only have about 20, 25 minutes to be productive before we go into sort of an unproductive phase. And this is actually a rhythm in our body. It's called an ultradian rhythm. And you've seen the sine waves that go up and down when you sleep. You know, when you, I have an alarm on my phone that basically tracks my sleeping and wakes me up when I'm more alert. And so I get a sine wave of how my sleeping was the previous night. So the peaks in those sine waves are when I am restless. And then the troughs are when I'm fast asleep and getting good sleep. And it changes every 20 to 40 minutes. There's a change from going from a trough to going up the slope to a peak. That same cycle exists during our work days, during when we're awake. And again, the peak is when we have good attention, and the trough is when we're starting to lose it. So by working through the trough and waiting for the next peak to be productive, we're actually using more energy because it takes more energy to try and concentrate. And there's so many other things we can do during that short break between when we're in the trough that would benefit us a lot more. So for example, if you were to work for 25 minutes and take a 5-minute break, get some exercise, just walk around your office, walk around your house, whatever it is, and then come back and start to work again, you're actually going to work more efficiently. You're going to have more ideas. There is scientific evidence that shows in studies that people are more creative once they've just had a little bit of a walk. And you're going to actually allow your brain to come up with solutions to problems that you've been dealing with during the work periods. So there's a lot of benefits to respecting the 20-minute concentration cycle and taking 5-6 minutes, whatever it is, just a short amount of time to utilize that to basically boost yourself. You're getting a little extra boost by going for a little bit of a walk or doing something else. If you want to dance, you can dance. And the truth is, the more physical activity you add to your routine, it helps build your brain's ability to avoid distractions and therefore fortify your attention and possibly even make it go a little bit longer or in more cycles, which makes more sense, right? If you do 5 or 6 or 8 cycles of 20 minutes of or 25 minutes of working and a 5-minute break, you're going to have more energy by the end of 4 or 5 of them than you would if you had worked through the trough. So there are a lot of advantages for us to understand what our limitations are and instead of trying to be superhuman and push through them, if we respect them, we can actually work smarter, work faster, and tax ourselves less and have more energy at the end of the day for the things we want to do. So that's for today, and I'm going to see you again tomorrow. We've got one more question, and then we're going to review everything. So I hope you'll join us same time. My name is Paul D. Michaels from Get Fit Made Easy, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. Bye.